Magnus Hellberg with my daily dashboard update in Los Angeles on November 3rd, 2011. And it's sunny. It's clear. A little bit of fluffy white clouds floating way up there, and about 57 degrees right now. It was about 40 something, low 40s at my house this morning, and the winter has arrived. The heat comes on, and you know, I'm wearing a thick shirt today. Somewhat thick shirt. Just kidding. Anyway, this is Los Angeles after all. Southern California. It'll probably be in the mid-70s today by the time the day is over. This is our winter, guys. Wherever you're at in the world, this is our winter, and this is why we love Southern California. Again, I'm here with my good friend Scott Carmody, and we are talking about appraisers. And that's a very interesting subject. Scott, what do you have to say about the appraisers these days?
Well, you know, appraisers are just like people. You never know what you're going to get. Yesterday I had an experience with an appraiser who, thank God, is actually a good appraiser, knows the area, is local. And we had a long talk after we did the appraisal. And typically what happens in an appraisal is the appraiser will look for comparable sales, we call them comps, that are within 1 mile of the subject property in any direction. So I provided some comps to the appraiser, which is standard. I always do that to make sure that they understand what price I'm looking at. And I said they're between this street and this street, and he said, why did you go that far? And I said, well, you know, I went basically 1 mile in, you know, each direction to and from the beach. It was in Santa Monica, between these streets, which are the comparable neighborhoods. And he said, yeah, I got to use comps that are within 4 blocks of the property. That's all I'm using anymore. So I was really surprised to have an appraiser tell me that they're only going to use comps that are within 4 blocks of a property. It's always been 1 mile, comps within 1 mile. So the appraisal process is probably the #1 reason that deals are not going through right now. They're falling out because the property doesn't appraise, the client cannot get the loan. Be very careful. Make sure that your appraised value is going to match your sale value. If somebody loves a property and they want to pay $1 million for it, but it's only going to appraise out at 800 and all the comps show that, you're not going to be able to get that deal sold unless it's all cash. So my suggestion is make sure of your value before you put it on the market. That's it.
Yeah, that's good advice. I've had that situation many times where the appraisal won't come in. I've also had, it's very interesting how it works. Like Scott said, you know, really their appraisers are just like any other human. They make mistakes or they have different opinions. So I've had recently a time where an appraisal did not come in. It was well under what the selling price was, and then we asked for another appraiser to come out, and we had no problem getting it appraised. And one time it actually came in over what the first was under what my client offered for the property, and the second one was over what my client offered for the property. So it's very interesting how it works. Also, I hear that it's riots in Oakland, crazy people in the street. Somebody throws himself in front of somebody's car and
starts beating on it.
Start beating on the car, and the guy in the car, those lunatics get angry at the guy in the car. It's time for Occupy movement to go back to Woodstock. This is Magnus Hellberg at thepartnerstrust.com signing off on November 3rd from the Los Angeles Daily Dashboard Update. Have a great Thursday wherever you're at, and we'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.
And if you haven't noticed, Magnus's videos are now so big time that they have ad banners on them from Google. Please click on those banners. The one that I clicked on last night was freaking hilarious. Medical marijuana and hashish. Hilarious. Magnus Hellberg's videos peddling pot. Love it. Could not be further from who Magnus is. That's hilarious. Take care.
Yeah, and thank you. Just because you mentioned that now, there's going to be more pot ads on my videos.
That's why I did it.
Not real estate, pot ads.
They amuse
Have a great
me.
day. Goodbye.
They amuse me. Take care, LA.
Glory.